This track is called Cuban Sandwich. And like, a Cuban sandwich sounds amazing. How do I get a Cuban sandwich in my life?
You don't.
I don't?
Unless you want to go from International Kitchen.
I just wish I had a... I just wish I had a Cuban sandwich. Maybe not like for right now this second. Like, maybe not like this moment. But at some point. Hi, everybody. See, I told you they'd know this. I told you they'd know this.
I didn't say they wouldn't.
They're smart.
I didn't say they wouldn't.
They're smart. Give me a second. How about... So it's normally here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop it down just one notch, and we'll learn to live and love together in peace and harmony. It is a little darker than usual. So we shot mail last night. We shot January mail, and I haven't adjusted exposure in forever. And on a whim, I was like, let's take the color checker and find out where we're at on exposure, because I just leave things alone. And the color checker, along with Blackmagic's false color, will tell you like if exposure's set correctly. And it was like super high compared to what it should be. And I was like, oh, well, let me fix that. So I dropped it down. So what you just saw was correct exposure, but it does look a little dramatic. So turning it back up for breakfast stream seems reasonable. So, oh my God, how was Animal Crossing stream on your birthday? Happy late birthday. Animal Crossing, it was real fun. I enjoyed doing the stream. And if you don't believe me, well, that seems that would be a strange stance for anybody to have. I enjoy playing Animal Crossing because it makes me glad. Ooh, barely scraped that one by. It's a little early for my brain for that.
Have more coffee. It's fine.
You mean have coffee, period?
Yeah.
That was 5,000 bits from Mike Bliss 218, who said, "How's Animal Crossing stream on your birthday? And happy late birthday." Well, first off, thank you. I had a great birthday. I'm barely awake enough to make words come out of my mouth this morning. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. The stream itself was fun, and then Animal Crossing conceptually it has been great. I think a lot of people, especially given the circumstances happening in the world, have been really enjoying Animal Crossing. Like, Animal Crossing is now literally like one of the ways in which people are doing self-care. And I mean, it would have been that for people regardless, but I think more than ever, there's a lot of people that are like, this is going to be the thing that I use, and I'm like, reasonable. Completely reasonable.
There you go.
Anyway, Mike, thank you for the thank you for the bits.
You. Did the music stop?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just real low.
Hi, Kippy.
Anyway, so yeah, I had adjusted the exposure for
You lay down?
for male, and I just changed it back. But for what it's worth,
Don't
there's
put your tail in my oats. Okay. Go over there where all the things are.
for what it's worth, you know, when we give that to Dan,
Yeah.
it can be adjusted,
Yes.
whereas on breakfast stream,
Yes.
not so much. But anyway, someone will have to reset the camera counter. I'm sorry. I was can't help it. I can't help it. So let's back up just a little bit. Hi everybody, welcome to Thursday. Hopefully your week has been all right. I'm not going to expect anyone to be like, this was the best week I've ever had. If it was, I'm grateful for that, but, you know, weird times are still upon us. Hallelujah. And every day is, you know, strange. But there's some stuff happening, which is good. And I don't want to talk really about news, but like there is some news that is good. There's some stuff, at least in the U.S., the stimulus package that had been debated and talked about is like
It passed the Senate.
Moving through. Did they vote on it already?
Unanimous.
Okay, but it was like they voted on it
Last night.
I thought they were in...
No, it passed unanimously, so they've done it since we heard that it...
Oh, okay.
4 abstained.
Okay. Yeah, I knew about the folks. It was late last night. All right. Well, anyway, so like that's good. You know, that's in a world of news that I really don't want to hear about. That is news that I think most people do want to hear about. And, you know, is not political. So, good. At least there's that. But the other good news is that we're here. So that's something. And we still are going to be doing, a breakfast stream, so. Paul, Senate votes, not political. In this one instance, I give myself a pass. I'm like, not political.
I don't like this very much.
What is that?
This is Quaker overnight oats, blueberry, banana, and vanilla.
Oh, is that one of the things you picked up?
It is, and I don't know. I like overnight oats, but these,
Coffee.
I don't know. It said for a creamier experience, add like 2 to 3 tablespoons of plain yogurt, which I have right now, so I threw in there. Maybe that's why I don't like it, because it has that bite to it.
I mean,
you would hate this.
Sold.
It's cold. It's mushy. You would hate this.
I would hate it. That's actually, it was one of my favorite things about being with you for so long, is that now sometimes I don't even have to try stuff. Like, if Mal tells me I won't like it, I'm like, if you tell me I won't like it, I'm probably not going to like it.
Should have just made toaster strudels.
I didn't even make any toast this morning.
Satsy, I mean, that's my advice for everything. Add sugar. I thought about adding honey, but then I was up here and the stream was starting.
And then you were like, eh. Yeah, I don't even have toast this morning because I have been sick for 2 days. Been really sick in my stomach. And, it's, not to be graphic, I'm getting through it. I can tell I'm getting through it, but, not been the greatest 2 days. So much so to the extent that I was like, I don't feel like necessarily consuming food right now this second, so we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Anyway, when you're done with that.
Your mom's pointed out we have banana bread.
You let me forget again. Because you hid it. You hid it from me. You put it in a special hidden place. That's why I don't know we have it. Because it's not on the counter where food goes. You've put it in a special box. It's a special box far away. I don't know where it is. How will I know where we have the food if it's not on the counter where the food goes?
It's on the counter.
Where?
In the box.
It's in the box. It's a box designed to obscure. That's what the box does. You put something in the box, can't see what's in the box anymore. So then to me, I'm just seeing box. You can't eat a box.
It's an open box. There's not even like flaps on it.
When I look at a box, I just assume that it's a box. I don't know if there's stuff in the box.
That said, there is a magazine on top, so Kepler doesn't eat it.
So how would I have known that there was something in the box? It might have been a box full of magazines.
But it's set on top, not
My mom's right. We have to eat that banana bread.
We do.
I just got through saying that I was sick. So it's not, like, great timing, but I should eat it's probably so good to... Could we share one? Like, if we just split one right now.
One whole loaf?
Not one whole loaf! Just a slice. It's pre-sliced. It may be. I don't know if she sliced it. It doesn't matter.
She did not slice it.
Okay, well then will you cut one that is of a reasonable width, and then will you bring that up, and I'll eat half.
Okay.
Also, will you bring a fork? I don't want to touch it. Oh my god.
I'll let you do that while I go.
It is time for me to eat, I guess, half a banana bread. Not a whole loaf, I implied a slice instead. My mom made it a few days ago, and now it is time for us to eat. I'm sure it's really good, and it should be full of something sweet. I'm gonna give myself a pretty good job on that one, considering that it's morning and I did okay. I'm far more used to doing the songs on Friday nights when I've been awake all day. So I'm gonna give myself 2 pats on the back. 2 pats on the back out of 3. You know, for 3 hands. That was from Nixelpad. 5,000 bits. It says, song about banana bread to make you feel better. It worked out okay. Thank you, Nixelpad. I appreciate the support. But I also really appreciate my mom messaging us live during the stream and being like, you have banana bread. Because I would have forgotten again. But in my defense, Mallory's hiding it in a box. How am I supposed to know what we have if we hide all the food in a box where I can't see it? I don't remember things. I can't remember that we have stuff. But my mom makes really good banana bread. So, I'm looking forward to it now. But, like, just half.
Coffee.
Anyway, sorry. I've still been in the process of, like, waking up a little bit this morning. We haven't been keeping, like, the best sleep schedule. And, like, some of it is not on purpose. Some of it is semi on purpose. Thank you, Mel. And I think that I think a lot of people can relate to that right now, where, like, especially if you're not actively working, and you're at home, like, there's this weird feeling of, like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like the world's worst extended vacation. And things don't even really change for us, really. It's just a subconscious thing. It's very hard to explain. Anyway. Lissa says the world is on pause. That's a really good way of putting it. It feels like the world is on pause. And, like, I'm expected to continue things as normal. And we are, but also we're being super lenient with ourselves on a lot of stuff. More so than we would if the world was not on pause, basically. Like, there's a lot of moments where it's already late and we would normally go to bed, and I'm like, do you want a snack? And Mallory's like, yes. And, like, we'll just sit on the couch and eat something, because God knows what we have, and just try and watch something. And I don't know. It's just a weird feeling right now. So, you know, I like sharing that because I want to know if other people feel that way, but then also if they do, I want them to know that they're not alone, because that's kind of where we've been, and it's caused our sleep to be a little weird because we might be going to bed later than usual. And not because of, like, we're busy doing something else. It's just... It's like, do you want to eat, like, cheese and crackers? And we're like, yeah.
Or grapes, or...
Yeah. Just want, like, a snack. I just want a moment before I go to sleep to just sit, basically. Raisin toast at the Waffle House. And actually, that's related to Waffle House. 1,500 bits from Colorful Artie, who says, I heard 365 Waffle Houses are closing due to the pandemic. Not sure what will happen to the other 10,000 of them, but we should always have raisin toast. Yeah, I think there will probably be a great deal that stay open, but the fact that so many have closed is one of those, like, oh. We actually talked about Waffle House Tuesday?
I don't remember.
Tuesday or last Thursday, and how Waffle House was still, staying open. People may not be familiar with the Waffle House Index, which is actually used to determine the severity of
a natural disaster.
Yeah, of a natural disaster or a crisis. And the fact that Waffle Houses are closing is a sign that, things aren't perfect. They're far from destroyed, but certainly not perfect. But you could probably get raisin toast at your local grocery. Some of the specialty breads are probably still available. Colorful Artie, thank you. And let me start working on some of these subs so they don't get completely overloaded here. We got sub from Xena Spider 101. Thank you, Spider. 8-month sub from Am in Iowa, who says happy 8 months. Appreciate that. 17 months from Dark Overboard. Woo, 17. Hope you're all well and hope your Animal Crossing islands are turning out well. It is. It's it's a slow build. It takes a bit to get things done.
Resident Services is closed today.
Same.
And I spent yesterday making tools and a crafting table so I could do it outside of that while it was closed.
That is smart.
You didn't do that?
No.
So when all your tools break today, you're going to be SOL?
Shoot. No, I'll be at your place.
If I open it.
Jam, let me in! Sorry, Cap. I was channeling my inner Eric Andre. Yeah, and it
Howloth is right. You can buy the weak tools.
That's true. And then they'll just break after whatever there's 30 uses or something. It's incredibly small. But yeah, the game's fun. The pace feels slower than other games.
It is, because you build from nothing.
Yeah, but I don't mind. I really don't mind, especially with, how long this whole IRL thing could last. I'm like, just take your time.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'll just do a little bit each day.
I need to catch this stringfish.
Yeah. Odoodle says you can come to my island. I mean, you've already been there.
Thank you, Odoodle.
Thank you, Odoodle. Thank you. And I know Tom thanks you. I don't know if Dan managed to get there or not.
If not, he probably went to Lindsay's yesterday.
So we, amongst our friends that are playing Animal Crossing, we're keeping track of turnip prices for, when they go on sale on Sunday and when they're being sold throughout the week. And if people aren't familiar with Animal Crossing, they're not playing, there's a mechanic in the game called the Stalk, S-T-A-L-K market, where on one day of the week, on the beginning of the week, Sunday, you buy turnips for an unknown price, and then throughout the week, the price
you can sell
changes.
Them for some price.
And occasionally there will be wild spikes up. So the idea is that you buy low, so high, aka haha, stock market. But it's different in everybody's games. So the best thing to do is to check with your friends and see what their prices are in any given day.
And they change at noon, so there's a morning price and an afternoon price.
So that's what we were doing. And we have, people amongst us that are playing the game anyway. But then also on our Discord, there's actually so many people playing the game, we had to make a separate text channel for it. Because we were like, oh, this is too much conversation. But, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't remember.
2 days ago.
Time is an enigma.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, everyone was posting their prices, and Odoodle's price was almost 400. And I had been reading Discord, and I was like, grab Switch. It's like, I'm selling these. But then, anyone in our group that didn't manage to sell them actually worked out just fine, because yesterday Lindsay's turnip prices were almost 700. And it was funny because Lindsay's new to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, she's only played a little of Pocket Camp.
So she had bought literally one turnip.
Yeah.
Like, they come in stacks, right? So she had bought one turnip for like 100 bells. And she sold it for like 700 bells. And I was like, that's unfortunate. But also, I mean, it's nice to know that they can get that high. I think the actual number was like, what, 688?
Sounds right.
I think it was like 688. So, for anyone curious if the numbers can get that high, the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes.
Mine have just gone down. I'm sure mine are like 50 today.
Every time Tom was telling me his prices, he was like, if they keep going down, they're going to be in the negative.
I could buy some.
Anyway.
And they expire, Brandon says, yes. On Sunday,
Yeah.
you have to sell them by Saturday when the shop closes.
Yeah, you have 1 week, basically. So, and that, it would be much harder to do it if you were playing with no other connection to anyone else.
Yes. You have to kind of be like, well, how much money can I throw into this?
Exactly.
Because I don't know if I'll get it
That
back.
element of the game is definitely intended for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like, the more people you have available to you to check their prices, the better. If you were playing it just by yourself and you had no connection to the internet or other people or anything, it'd be a pretty dangerous thing to play, because there's a chance that your prices won't be good. And then you're just stuck and you lose out on all the money you put in. So, anyway. Nixopad also had gifted 5 subs to Wolf Dragon, X Tarlina 27, 007 Lee, Wayfinder 827, and Chris Crunch Redfield. Nixopad, thank you for the milk bomb.
Kepler, why don't you come over here?
He likes to sit on my lap, much to your dismay.
Mm-hmm.
2 months resub from Josh R2D2. Thank you, Josh. 11-month resub from Shy. Captain's Log, day 335. On the trail of the elusive Toast King, I find myself on a deserted island surrounded by talking animals. Their leader seems to be a raccoon dog named Tom Nook. He acts friendly and welcoming, but he will not allow me to leave. Yeah, you come there willingly, but if you, at any point you're like, I don't know if island life is right for me, Tom Nook's like, the flight doesn't go back home. And you're like,
It only goes to other islands.
oh. And then you realize you're stuck. Got a 19-month resub from Cobalt Custard. Thank you, Cobalt. 10-month resub from Elio Lugario, or Lugaru.
I need to clean these.
I just throw I's and O's wherever I want them. Woo, 10 months. 17 months from Quack Team James. 17 months, how are you two doing this morning? Pretty good. As soon as I get through my stomach ache, which should be today, based on how things are going, then I'll feel better. But otherwise, things have been fine. Things have been fine. I mean, like, there's the existential uncertainty that everyone's dealing with, but that's not anything that's unique to us. So, I think we've been pretty all right otherwise.
Yeah.
I'd say we've probably been overall, like, less productive than we would be in any given week. And that's been a hard fight. I've been giving ourselves a lot of passes on things when we don't get as much done as I would normally care about in a day. But I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine. We are getting things done, just not as quickly as I would like, but it's all right. And actually, yesterday we did do mail.
And Smash.
Mm-hmm. So Smash is set for another little bit. We recorded January mail.
I ordered my prints for Patreon.
Yeah.
Those should be here Friday. They got shipped, so.
Yesterday, and actually, in the scheme of things, yesterday was a fairly productive day.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And then today we're going to be doing
more Smash and mail.
Yeah.
And I'll probably sketch.
We're going to be doing February mail, so that'll be done. So anyone that sent stuff in January, February, it'll be opened soon. I have to then actually get it to Dan and go forward with it, and Ardudo asked if old stuff's getting done. Yes. Yeah. And
Brandon says you
not
don't
talking
print,
too much about that,
you
but
don't
yeah.
print prints anymore. You order them. Yes. I was getting some terrible streaking on our printer and sitting there, and I have to take each one off as it comes out and then let it dry. It was it was a time sink.
How long was ago that we started ordering them again? Because
since we lived here.
We used to order them, and then we printed them for years ourselves, and our printer ran into some sort of weird problem that we could not fix.
Paper fine. I don't know what it is.
And we tried to do the thing where like you clean it and clean the heads.
Adjusting the heads.
We did. Oh Lord, song of appreciation for yourself for all your hard work. I guess we are doing okay, it seems. When I look outside at the world, it's worse than all of my dreams. But okay, inside the house, we're doing quite alright. Even if we have to have a snack at the end of the night. Yeah, that's a fairly good indicator of our lives, I think. Jam says the existential dread is really coming through. Yeah, I'm trying to downplay that a little bit. It's not my intention to talk too much about that. But, you know.
Everyone is feeling that way.
Everyone is feeling. I know that I'm not alone on that. That was 5,000 bits from Penguin Frog. A song of appreciation for yourself for all your hard work. So, real talk, I love what I do. Like, I really, really love what I do, and it means a lot to me that I can make other people's lives better in some way. Like, if I can make people smile and forget about something for a bit, that's always been one of the key appeals to what I do. And now, more than ever, I think it's important, and it's interesting and difficult to also be going through, you know, some of the wild uncertainties in the world, along with everyone else. But it's still important to us, you know? It's like, I want to keep doing everything that we're doing. I want to try and stick to our release schedule as close as possible because, you know, more than ever, people want to be like, oh man, it's Thursday morning and I can expect to see Breakfast Stream. It's Friday night. I can expect to, you know, Steven and Mal to play a game. It's Saturday night. There's going to be a Steven and Friends. Like, I want to make sure that we hit all those things because now more than ever people need them. So yeah, even though I know me and I know us and I know what a normal week of production should be, and we're not hitting it, we're keeping things done, and I'm happy about that, at least. Anyway,
need to up it a little bit because like some stuff needs to get done.
Yeah. I was about to do the beans. Chaz stole the beans! Alright. Chaz steals the beans today. Anyway, Quinn, thank you. I appreciate it.
Go ahead, finish up your thought.
That was it.
Okay, I was gonna say, someone had said, you know, does anyone else have symptoms because they're anxious and stuff? Yes.
Yeah.
And I started doubling up on allergy medicine because I realized that's probably part of it because our pollen is like 11 today out of 12 on the scale, and I was like, yeah, that's probably part of it too, and that helped immensely.
Yeah, I mean, a ton of pollen, bad allergy season,
anxiety,
bad flu season.
Yeah,
like you have all of these different factors that, it doesn't help when every waking moment is occupied by all of this. So if you get any symptoms,
give yourself a break. Do something like play Animal Crossing or play some other game so you're in some other world for a bit, like read a book.
Yeah.
It's helped me a lot to just be like, oh, just play Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I mean, I didn't have any doubts, but like, wow, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Shout out to my parents for being great people, and my mom for being great at making banana bread and so many other things.
She did banana bread, and then she dropped it off in a box and had gloves on and was like, okay, here you go. And then she's like, I gotta go do this for some other people. So she dropped off banana bread the same way to some other people.
And soon, I'm gonna have to drop off a drive to Dan.
Yeah.
Mail is the only thing that I can't transfer on Dropbox. So I'm gonna have to go see Dan once we finish mail. You know, just in the next few days, and it'll be the same situation. It'll be like, bye. This is it.
Put it in your mailbox.
Yeah.
That
strange
reminds
times.
me. I'm getting a package from Haley today. Like an actual package, not like one Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I also get.
I was thinking. I get packages from Haley every single day. What are you talking about?
Haley sent Steven that doll he tweeted, and then she sent me one the next day, and it just keeps kind of showing up in her shop.
Haley's been sending me in-game leathers every day, sometimes 2 a day, which is very sweet, but it's also like the weirdest stuff. It's like whatever she finds that's bizarre.
What I'm getting to.
Like I turn Animal Crossing on, it's like ding 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 ding, you have mail, and I look and it's like Haley sent you wallpaper that looks like it came out of a shack, and I'm like, cool. Thanks, Haley. Appreciate it.
She sends me useful things. I mean, the doll was.
Oh, okay, so it's nice.
But otherwise,
to know.
she's like, oh, you're looking for Venus combs so you can do the shell border, and I'm like, yeah. So she sends me those.
Seems to. Between the two of us, we have very different relationships with Haley. She's sending you useful things and sending me...
She knows you're not trying to decorate.
I'm sorry? Maybe I just have an eclectic style. It's not...
She knows that, and she's sending you eclectic things then.
It's true. When I see what some of the other people, like in our group and then also online, are working on... like in terms of trying to bring something together with a certain aesthetic, I'm like, oh wow, people are doing really good. I just like get random crap and throw it in my house, and I'm like, yep, I like that. Like my current floor is literally a motherboard.
See,
and like it looks insane, but I'm like, I like this.
I started by picking, like, I was like, and the shop was like a futon, like a Japanese futon one day. I was like, oh, so I bought it. And then Thomas sent me a kotatsu, and then there was the traditional cooking stove that showed up like the next day in my shop.
Yeah.
And then I got the swords from Gulliver, the katana. And then Lindsay was like, oh, you know, the tatami mat floor and the shoji screen are in my shop today. So then she bought those and sent them to me. So now I have like this traditional Japanese style going.
So, like, at some point, I'll decorate my house properly. But to me, I'm like, I don't even really want to decorate my house until I have, like, the house done. Like, when we have all the upgrades and then you know what you're working with.
Yeah.
And, like, anyone that can decorate their house before that, like, props to them. Because my brain does not work that way. Because if the room is getting bigger, then everything I do is going to have to change. And I'm like, this is too much work. I can't do that. Thomas mailed me a gambling machine, and I was like, this is great. So now, like, one of my dreams is that I'm going to turn one of the rooms into, like, Little Las Vegas.
Little Las Vegas.
Little Las Vegas. It'll be great. I gotta keep reading alerts. 9 months from Diamond Luxray. That's triple plus. 19 months from Space Vixen Music. That's not any particularly special thing, but it is more than 1 plus. So theoretically, it'd be like 1 plus light. 8 months from Bardic Puppy. Hey, I finally made a breakfast stream live for the first time in about 6 months. Hope y'all are surviving. We are. We're getting through things. Probably about the same as other folk. Also 8 months from Pom Pom Misty. Good morning, Stephen Mao. I'm finally able to catch a breakfast stream. It's also I'm also playing Animal Crossing this morning. It's so great. Shout out to everyone that is catching breakfast stream while also playing Animal Crossing.
Could.
You can't.
I know.
I will not allow you to do it.
I know. That's why I didn't try.
Not allowed to complain about it, but you're not allowed to do it. You may play when it's over. 3 bits from Jam, who says, I just want to know if Steven got all those wheelchairs into photos from Object Duplication. which has actually been now patched, or someone dumped a literal ton of wheelchairs on Andromeda Island. So that picture was taken using a feature in the game called Harv's Island. There's this guy that you meet named Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to his island, you basically have a lot of control over the game in order to just to take photos. So you don't actually own those things, but you can use them to take pictures, which is really neat. So
that's what you did.
So that's what I did. So the way it works is, as long as you own at least one of the objects, so I had one wheelchair, they'll let you duplicate it as much as you want
for the picture.
Mm-hmm. It's a really neat addition, because then you don't have to like spend a jillion bells to do something just to get a photo.
When you show up to the island, like, you only have access to a little bit of the outdoor, and it's decorated really nice, and I was like really hoping that when he was like, oh, this is a place to take photos, that it would be all outdoor stuff with all the flowers and whatever, but I was sad it wasn't.
Yeah. But it's neat. It's actually another really great use for it, in my opinion, even if someone's not interested in taking photos, would be you could design your room without having to buy stuff and try. Like, it's like a try before you buy type of thing.
Yeah, but you have to have held the object.
Yeah, I mean, you have to own the stuff,
Yeah.
but instead of, buying a bunch of stuff and putting it in your house, then you can just, like, test it. So it's kind of neat. We got a 9-month sub at Tier 2, Gold Toast, from Tired Psychopomp 91. I love how you're barely awake enough to make words, but you can give a decently cogent explanation of exposure. Well, that part of my brain doesn't shut off.
You're just constantly thinking of exposure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
calculating what you need for certain light.
Well, it's I have a lot of opinions.
Days without camera talk.
I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things related to all of that, because like the lights up here are fine. Could they be brighter? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Like these are 600 LEDs. The ones you have in your studio are 1200.
I know.
And don't get me wrong, you need more than I do. But in the future, if we ever got better lights, like
you would take the 1200 and I would get even better.
Someone would get better lights. But the end result would be the same. The lights up here would be better because we're still shooting at like something.
They can only be so bright though. Like if the diffusion wasn't on, like you can't see.
Well, you can do different things. You can add more diffusion. You can put like a softbox on it to separate how far away the diffusion is from the actual LEDs.
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do. Anyway, this is the stuff that keeps me awake at night.
I know.
Yeah. It's always interesting talking to Chaz because I can't talk to Jeff about this because Jeff's always like with me.
Jeff's like, yeah, you need that new camera.
It's tiny things. It's things that like no one else would notice, but like me and Jeff would know this. And Chaz is like, he's like, no one cares. He's like, nobody notices and nobody cares. I'm like, but Chaz, what if we did this thing? And I know that if I brought that to Jeff's attention, Jeff would be like, yeah, absolutely. But Chaz is like, listen, nobody notices this tiny thing that you want to change. And I'm like, are you sure?
But Chaz.
It's true. The bane of my existence is my own brain screaming about things that no one else cares about. 300 bits from Nixelpad. So, my birthday is happening during all this mess next month on April 20th. However, since next month will be April of 2020, or 4XX20, the whole month, I'm going to sort of celebrate. There's actually 2 messages that went back to back. This got cut off. I think that's a great idea. Because your birthday is 4/20, and next month, the whole month, is 4/20. So celebrate the whole month. Squid says, blaze that birthday.
That's also my grandma's birthday, too.
And April 20th is also...
Mother 3 anniversary.
Yeah, the release date of Mother 3, back in 2006.
Jem, your birthday's the same day as Carly's.
4/16. Anyway, Nixpad, thank you for the bits, and I hope that your entire birthday month is wonderful. We got 300 bits from Mike Bliss, who says, Kepler Tail and Oats, what breakfast stream already? Too great to start this morning. I was supposed to work this morning. Unfortunately, it fell through, so came home early. Not happy, but whatever. Also, Steven, drink your coffee. I'm working through it.
And the banana bread.
I'm on a pretty good path right now to finish my coffee. I don't
Good.
always do that. The problem is I've drank more, so it's going to get colder quicker.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, the good and the bad. We got a 3-month sub from Scolopendra, who says, good morning, Twitch grandparents.
3
Good morning.
months. That's a plus.
You got a plus. 16 months from Unbent Reagent. Appreciate that. Also 16 months from Incarnado95. Says, Twitch ate my first resub message, and on my 16th month, at least my phone is still letting me share a message. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes Twitch eats stuff. And it's weird because there's so many, like, things in the chain that on our end, sometimes it can be hard when something goes wrong to know where it failed.
Yeah.
But, you know, Twitch themselves, actually, there's quite a few times where that's just what happens. Is Twitch is like, I ate it, and you don't get to see it now. You got 300 bits from Kareth Dreams. Steven, object permanence, what's that? All I'm saying is that if Solid Snake were in our home, I'd probably never know. 500 bits from Shy, who says, there is no life, there is no death, there is only the box. Mal 2019, Custom Smash, the box. That feels like so long ago.
Yeah, it does.
I hope that we do more Custom Smash with
And
Tom.
I know Tom wants to, but
Yeah.
things are a little crazy for him, too.
Yeah. I know that he wants to, so we'll see if he gets around to that. I know he needs some good ideas, too.
Mm-hmm.
2-month resub from Penta D33, 2 months of crunch. 300 bits from Jam, who says, in all honesty, this morning my stress level was gone to max with the tragic news of an 18-year-old teen I may have taught passed away from COVID. And there are lots of healthy athlete-type folks in the 30s in the ICU. Also, toilet paper, -6 rolls. Scary. At least an In-N-Out is doing the best no-touch drive-through, and I found spare N95-ish masks. I'm sorry to hear about that news. There's so much bad, and it's really, really hard, I think, for everyone to not fixate on that, especially if you have something that's relatively personal. And I don't think it's bad to read the news. I don't think it's bad to hear about those sorts of stories, but it has to be done in a very careful balance to not get overrun mentally too. So, and everyone's tolerance for that balance is going to be different. There are some people that, like, based on their anxiety and things like that, like, I honestly don't think they should be reading the news. Like, I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
If they have other family members or something that can be, like, the newsreaders for them, like, I highly urge them to do that. If they've got 2 people in the household where someone volunteers to be like, yeah, I will read the news. You don't need to. You can just play Animal Crossing. Then honestly, I think that's what some folks need. 300 bits from Item Crafting Live. Quick, if the world's on pause, someone should go into options and turn on subtitles. These cutscenes are incoherent. I like that take. 8-month resub from ToasterWolf99. Hey, grandparents, I got some weird events in my house that came about. For one, we now have chickens. Baby chickens. They are adorable.
They are very cute.
I've never been around, I mean, really, farm animals as a whole, but especially baby chicks.
They're adorable.
I've been around chickens.
Yeah.
Full-grown chickens, a little bit, but never baby chicks. I can imagine that they're super cute.
I went into Tractor Supply once, or there's another name for the similar type of store.
Yeah.
And they had just, like, baby chicks and baby ducks in the
Really?
middle of the store, just, like, huddled under a heat lamp.
That's cute. Man, that's like Bizarro PetSmart.
Yeah.
Because you go into PetSmart to get, like, a
The
cat or
store-
a dog.
That store in Conway The
It's
farm supply.
It's Tractor Supply.
Is it?
Yeah.
The one that's like, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they probably have stuff too.
Interesting. So you can go and you can pick up a tractor, but then also like some chicks.
If you keep chickens.
If you keep chickens.
A lot of people in our county keep chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you see them in people's yards.
Yeah. There's someone, I've told you the person that had the zebra.
No.
Someone had a zebra.
No. Who had a zebra?
There was.
Did I know them ever?
No.
Okay.
No, there was someone in Loris, either Loris or Aner, and it was along one of the main roads, and when you were traveling by, you would look into their yard, and they had
a zebra.
A zebra.
There was someone in Wisconsin.
And it was one of those weird moments of like, how do you have this? Like you're literally in like the middle of like a country town, and they had like a zebra.
There was someone in Wisconsin on Highway 41 that had buffalo. And my dad knew them, and every time we drove by, my dad's like, I know that guy. Yeah,
it's just weird. The person that had a zebra had chickens, so that's why it was so funny. It was like, they had chickens.
And a zebra.
But then also a zebra, and you're like, why do you have a zebra?
South Carolina's home to, is it Big Cat Rescue? Because you used to be able to have, we've talked about it on Breakfast Stream before, you used to be able to have big cats in South Carolina.
Just in general, South Carolina's regulation on exotic animals for the longest time was basically no regulation.
Yeah.
And because of that, people could have bizarre stuff. They finally, a while back, cracked down on that and were like, wait, you can't have tigers. But if you already had a tiger, you were allowed to keep it.
Yeah, but there's also a Big Cat Rescue that took in a lot of those animals.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a zoo with that. Kitten Lady worked there.
Oh, okay.
For a while.
Personal recommendation, maybe don't have a tiger. Just like personal recommendation. Brandon says grandfather tiger. I mean, yeah, you're grandfathered in on your tiger. I don't know what a tiger's lifespan is. Is it
40?
So like,
maybe?
I have no idea. I'm not sure. Like a house cat can live.
I want to see a cheetah like up close.
House cat's life is like
15?
Yeah,
average.
15. It's a little longer than a dog's, so probably like 15 years.
Google says 10 to 15.
That's not long. Oh man, look at that milk bomb.
Milk bomb.
Sidonian Cade. I think I pronounced that right. Thank you. 6 subs. I'll just go ahead and read them now. I'll just do it now. I'm like back and forth on some of the stuff, but that's all right. Sidonian sent subs to Swimmer Luca 5, 1 UG1A, Jinan Was, and Voice. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Smile936, Ace Wallywog, and Grandson Brambo. Sidonian, thank you. Appreciate that. Some calcium this morning. Let's see. 500 bits from Superior LP. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Glad to get it started with the breakfast stream. Wanted to thank you, too, for the good way to start 2 days of the week. We enjoyed doing it. You know, it's fun. And it's good for us, too. Like I was saying earlier, like, even in the midst of...
coffee!
Even in the midst of coffee. Even in the midst of keeping a weird sleep schedule, I'll always get up for breakfast stream. And sometimes that's the thing that helps our sleep schedule the most is, okay, we've got these 2 resets in the, in the middle of the stream, so.
Brendan wants to show Paul's cat.
Yeah! Yeah, show a picture of
Maxwell.
Mr. Maxwell Pepperoni. I'm always down to see kitty cats. Pull up here.
Oh my gosh. Went to Tractor Supply.
Picture is relevant. Picture is very relevant. Man.
Someday we'll meet him when we can travel again.
Yeah, we've not. It's weird because I feel like we've met Maxwell, but we haven't. I've seen so many photos of Maxwell. Maxwell's appeared on the vlog.
Yes.
Because Jeff got footage of Maxwell. and we include it in the vlog, but like
people may not know Maxwell's a certified therapy cat.
Yep.
And is really good about going to places and interacting with people like that.
Basically, a very smart cat.
Yeah.
A very, very smart cat.
Trucker cat.
Ma'am.
It's good banana bread, isn't it? Kippy, come over here. Kippy, no, Kippy.
Kippy. What if Mama? Go to Mama.
Paul says he's a diva if he doesn't get attention. Kippy is doing Kippy's thing. Bye, Kippy.
I think he's going downstairs. He might be thirsty.
Yeah.
We got 500 bits from Murmur, who says, Animal Crossing, the game about being in debt and predicting the stock market. Not wrong. Not wrong at all, actually. The stock market's a little weird because there's not really any outside stimuli like there is in the real world.
Unless you time travel.
Well, what I mean is, like, in real stocks, there's at least some level of you know what the company is doing. You can kind of guess if stocks are going to go up or down.
Yeah.
To some relative extent. You know, like, for example, Carnival Cruise is down. That makes sense, but in Animal Crossing, like, with the turnips, like, there's no way. It's not like you're going to talk to your neighbor on one of the days and she'll be like, you know what I really love? Turnips. I've been buying a lot of them. And you're like, oh man, I better sell because they're going up. That would be a cool addition, but fortunately that's not the case. 300 bits from Squid, who says, yesterday my turnips were selling for 69 bells each.
Nice.
Nice. Well, nice only in terms of the joke. 69 bells as a selling price is abysmal. Although, Tom's got down to, I think, 32.
Yeah.
So, I wonder how low it can go. Like, I wonder if Timmy and Tommy
That's the lowest I've seen.
Ever be like, we're buying them for 1 bell. Sorry. 300,
Poor Tom.
300 bits from Prince7, who says, my sleep schedule is so jacked right now. I tried to sleep last night and at midnight with no sleep. I woke up with an entire one-shot in my head, and by the time I was done typing it, it was 4 a.m., so I decided screw it and stayed up. I had some Myo Energy squirted in apple juice, and I refused to nap because otherwise I won't sleep again tonight. Send help. I have lost all sense of time. Shout out to all of the people that have that same mentality of, if I nap, I won't be able to sleep. Because that sounds awful. I am very fortunate that I generally don't have that problem. Mao often does.
Yes.
So she's always worried because, you know, if she doesn't get enough sleep, she wants a nap, but if she naps, she may not sleep, and I'm like, the problem...
And caffeine, and I can no longer have melatonin or, like, Tylenol PM or anything like that because I have restless leg syndrome, and it sets it off like crazy, and then I can't sleep anyway.
I mean, the thing that's bad is that if you don't get enough sleep, and you wake up and you're trying to be, you know, productive, because, you know, I understand some people are just, they're just out of work right now. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe they're not working from home, maybe they're not doing anything right now. But, like, for us, we're still very much trying to get stuff done. And it's so hard to do stuff if you haven't had enough sleep. Mm-hmm. Because then you're not productive. So then you're in this weird position where you're like, I've got to take a nap. And then you take the nap, and then Mal's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what to do. I'm not sure how to solve this problem. Let's see.
I just have to force it and stay up.
Well, within reason. We got 251 bits from Mike Bliss. Thanks, Mike. 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy 18. Steven, how's your fishing been going? Have you been having issues with the stringfish like Mao has? That is, yeah, I haven't been able to catch it. I haven't. And like, I've been doing a decent amount of fishing. Not a ton, but I, like Mao, have explicitly been looking for the stringfish, and I can't find it.
Did you get everything else that's going away in March? Like the sturgeon and the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And again, for the non-Animal Crossing folks, there are bugs and fish that you catch throughout the game, and they are only there for a certain amount of months. So
certain times of year,
yeah,
certain times of day, some of them certain types of weather.
So there's a group of stuff that will be leaving at the end of March, So if you don't catch it, you're gonna have to wait a long time to get it again.
Halaloth says, where exactly is the stringfish? It is any river that you need a ladder to get to, and it's like 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. is the time.
Yeah.
And I've been using so much bait. Like, I'll throw in 5 bait, not catch it, take a loop, collect more clams, make bait, get back up there, use like 5 bait, don't get it, make another loop.
Yeah, it's a big shadow. It's a big fish, and it's also rare.
The medium-sized shadow up there is also a very rare fish. Can be.
Okay.
So you should try for medium fish too.
Yeah. So, and like, I care, but I don't think I care like Mal cares. So I'll like go look.
I don't want to wait till like December to try again.
I'll go look, and then at some point I'm like, okay. I looked. So. But yeah, I still haven't been able to actually get the stringfish. Let's see, 300 bits from Prince 7. It wouldn't be a desert island experience if you could leave. Desert islands are usually discovered through being stuck, after all. Also, speaking of mail, I'm waiting on a commission before I send you something. I think you're really going to like it. One of them is nearly done, as I got one for each of you. Well, I'm excited to check it out. I got to tell you, this is kind of like a warning to everyone before the video comes out. January mail feels strange. It feels strange. And right after Sagan passed away, I had thought about mail, and I was like, this is going to feel weird because Sagan passed away. That is not why mail feels weird now. It's really not. And like the amount of people that reference Sagan or Astronauts or whatever, it's very minimal.
And it's okay if you did. If you were one of those people,
you shouldn't
we
feel
are
bad
okay.
for that.
It is okay to do that.
Yeah. But like the weird thing now is that the tone of everything is just completely different, and it was a time before everyone knew that this was going to happen. And in January, people are still sending stuff that is Christmas related. So like we're opening stuff, and there's a lot of things that are like Merry Christmas. And honestly, it was nice. It was actually really nice because it kind of transports you to like a completely different time.
Yeah.
But it was just it's a really weird contrast to read stuff like that and think in your head like, people in January had like no idea that things are going to be so different 2 months later. And to some extent things are going to be like that in February too. But yeah. Slave Boss says, what if we send a letter in response to Sagan's passing? I've been worrying that mine may have been heavy-handed. Lots of people sent in stuff about Sagan.
We have so many letters.
Like, so many people sent sympathy cards. And we sincerely appreciate it. No one needs to feel bad about that at all. And in fact, we thank everyone for doing that. We will include on video the things that we feel like we can include. If there's stuff that's, really heavy or something, like, we may read it just ourselves. But
yeah,
I mean, it's again, no one needs to feel bad about any of that. It's just Sagan's passing was a month ago, and it, I know we've said this 10 times, but it really feels like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah,
it's wild how much stuff has happened. But Prince, thank you for the bits, and I am looking forward to seeing what is sent through the mail. And the mail is still working, so obviously people shouldn't feel obligated to send stuff, but just letting you know, we are still doing mail. So if people have wanted to send something, we're finally we've been able to keep vlogs caught up, which is good. Now it's our job to get mail caught back up. Got a sub from Soku Sam. Thank you, Sam. 3 months from Jodre. So that's a plus. 19 months from Spiffla. Oh hey, 19 months. Well, it's a weird time, but we still have resubs, I guess. We do. Thank you, Spiffla. We got 100 bits from GamerGirl2108. 200 bits, technically. 100 twice. Thank you, GamerGirl. 300 bits from Courtney D. Smith. You are definitely helping me out with looking forward to these streams. I'm a 5-hour drive from my family. My mom is a nurse, so she is forbidding me from visiting her because her hospital is housing all the COVID patients for this half of the province. My cat is helping, but I have been super lonely. Thanks for doing what you do. I mean, there's so much happening. Your mother's a hero. I hope you know that. And we have so many heroes in so many parts of society that maybe did not think of themselves as hero status before and are now at hero status. We've talked about it almost every breakfast stream. Cashiers, delivery drivers, all these people that are holding society together, but then especially healthcare workers like your mom. So my heart goes out to her, and certainly my heart goes out to you as well, because being apart from family is difficult. But we're gonna keep doing our best here to keep people's mind off of things the best that we can.
It's been about 2 days. I need to call my grandma again.
Yeah.
She's in a retirement community, and they've put them all in their apartments, so.
Yeah. And I never talked about it on the vlog the other day, but I did a video chat with my parents 2 or 3 days ago for like 2 hours. And, you know, we live close by, but we can't see them. I mean, they've dropped stuff off occasionally, but it's real short. So the other day I just called them and talked to them for like 2 hours. And that was nice. It really reestablishes, you know, a sense of normalcy, which is helpful. So anyway, is there a Nintendo Direct? Did it get announced?
Check Twitter.
I'm gonna check Twitter. Wouldn't it be wild if they were doing like if they just did it live? I'll check for everyone so then I can tell you. Let's see here. I have to actually search Nintendo. Nintendo of America. What did they say? Oh, wow. Okay, so they're not doing it live. It's a YouTube video. A new Nintendo Direct Mini is here. Watch now to see more than 25 minutes of news. Okay. So there's a Nintendo Direct. Wild. Okay. I mean, you can wait till after breakfast stream. But you don't have to. But yeah, after breakfast stream, if you're waiting, there's a 25-minute Nintendo Direct. Neat. Really curious what's in there. No spoilers here, folks. No spoilers. Try and hold it in. I know it's hard. Hold it in, because there's going to be folks that want to wait until after breakfast stream to catch it. So just
Brandon will time you out.
He'll do it. He'll do it. He's crazy. He's got the power.
He has the permission to.
He's got the permission. Yeah. So just hold on. But isn't that exciting? Listen, the world needs everything we can get. Animal Crossing has been a blessing from above. A Nintendo Direct suddenly out of nowhere with no prior warning, and you can just watch it. I'll take it. I'll frickin' take it. Should we do a reaction video to it?
No.
No? I mean, we wouldn't do it live.
No, I'm gonna take a nap. You can. I'm taking a nap.
Fair. I'm real curious to see what's gonna be in there. Senor Salty says Nintendo is trying to save the world. They're doing a pretty good job. All right, let's keep working through some of this stuff. 300 bits from Satsu says, I've needed a haircut for weeks before all this all shut down the country. Have you ever given yourself a haircut? I think it's all right, but who cares? It'll grow back.
It's a good time to try a new haircut.
It's a good time to try a lot of things. Like, you're at home, and, you know, whatever you've been putting off, like, now's a great time.
You can grow a beard if you can.
Is that directed at me? Yikes! I picked up that subtle if you can. I'm like, thanks.
I've been trying to grow my hair out. I need all my split ends cut, but
you know what now is literally the best time for, though, and I think a lot of people are probably being put in this position. It is a great time, and you probably have to learn how to cook. You gotta learn how to cook. I have got a lot of people in my life that I know that they don't know. They do not know. I know some people that literally eat out every single meal. And, like, you can't do that. I mean, I guess you still could. I guess you could get takeout or something, but it's really not recommended. It's a good time to learn how to cook. good time to just watch some stuff online, figure it out, learn how to follow a recipe, and
spaghetti's a good one to start with. Just
Yeah.
get some noodles and some sauce.
yeah, and like in my brain, I'm like, everybody knows how to make spaghetti, but some people don't, and if you don't, it really is a great time to learn how to cook. Anyone can cook, as Silent Companion said. Yeah. So if that's something that you're not familiar with how to do, like seriously, it's time to learn. No time like the present, and you'll save money. Like you'll save money. You know, my friends that eat out every meal, I just think to myself, obviously that's your life, your choice, but like so much money can be saved if you just cook at home. So stuff to consider. We got 300 bits from J St. J, who just says, "Have a great day." Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
My day was already going great, and now that I know that there's a Nintendo Direct, I'm like, it just got even better. Got even better. I'm excited. 300 bits from Item Crafting Live. What are your thoughts of the in-game photo studio? This was probably sent right before I had talked about it.
I think it did.
But I really enjoy it. If people haven't utilized it, they should. And again, even if people aren't using it to take photos, they should really consider using it to come up with a rough idea of what they want rooms to look like before they buy the objects or something. It's a good idea. Because, like, when you buy something and you sell it, it's in your catalog. You can reorder it.
Yeah,
and
most of the things.
Yeah, and you can use it in the photos.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even have to hold on to objects. So it's a pretty good idea. People are asking for more Mal cooking videos.
Actually, I have an idea for something.
I mean, we're still working hard to. We're still working hard to get Mal caught up on her normal videos.
Yeah.
So it's that alone is a struggle.
The one that just came out, which I need to post on social media, that's February's piece because I started it after Sagan passed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mal was running behind in February and was going to be getting started on her painting, basically like right as Sagan passed. Then he passed. Then Mal didn't get started on her thing for like almost a week, and by that point there was like a day left in February, so everything is behind. February painting's behind. March painting's behind. Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, I just had an email I needed to look at.
Oh. Anyway, lost my train of thought.
Esel says, HelloFresh recipes online if anyone needs any food ideas. We just did we talked about it on the vlog, the chickpea tacos that they have.
Yeah, the vegetarian.
They were very easy and good.
Yeah, highly recommended. Chickpeas as a concept are a little strange, but that was good, and they taste like tacos, and I love tacos.
And it's nice to do a
and it's
vegetarian
healthy.
thing every once in a while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm used to that, because growing up, like, my mom's a vegetarian for, God, how many years? 35 or more years.
I'm sure she'll text us in 5 seconds.
She'll let us know. It's a long amount of time, and you know, my mom also would cook meat for my dad and I, but there was also a fair bit of vegetarian meals. It's one of the reasons why I ended up loving portobellos. It's like, what are the things called? Portobello mushrooms. Brandon says she needs to stop eating red meat now. It's a fun little story about my mom's cholesterol being high, and the doctor was like, "You gotta have to stop eating red meat." And she's like, "I haven't eaten red meat in 30 years."
36 years in October.
She's keeping track. 36 years. My mom has not had. Well, she's a pescatarian, to be specific. She will eat fish.
She's only been that
since I was around.
Yeah, when she was pregnant with you.
Yeah, because her. What's the doctor when you have a baby?
An obstetrician.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Basically said, you know.
You should be eating fish.
You should be eating something to get some of the whatever in your diet. So it was really difficult for my mom actually at the time, because my mom had not eaten any meat at all, and she literally was forcing herself to eat fish for me.
And she only likes some fish, so.
Yeah, and now, yeah, she's continued to do that. She's continued to eat fish, but Yeah.
The midwife said that.
Midwife. Yeah. I got there. But Jam says not sushi. Yeah, not sushi. Neither of my parents are willing to do raw fish, but that's fair. There's a lot of people that aren't willing to do raw fish. 300 bits from Tipsy Taj, who says, good morning, Stephen and Mal. I'm downloading Animal Crossing on my Switch. This is my first Animal Crossing game ever. Any tips? I also turned 19 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And my parents are trying to break my door down as we speak. Help. Oh no, this was a few minutes ago. They may have gotten through the door. As far as tips go, soak it in and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. If it's your first Animal Crossing game,
there's probably some things, because they don't tell you everything.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to just innately know some things. Mm-hmm. We actually watched a little video, I think it was IGN put it out, and it's a short thing, it's like 5 minutes, and it's basically like 14 tips for Animal Crossing for getting started or something. Maybe look that up and try and find it, because that doesn't spoil anything, but it gives you some stuff that you may not know about Animal Crossing, because there's definitely some mechanics in the game that it's like, you know this because you played it 20 years ago. Yeah. And a lot of people, this is going to be their first thing. Otherwise, just enjoy it. And another recommendation for people playing Animal Crossing for the first time, I would advise against doing any sort of time travel if it's your first time playing the game, just because I think you'll probably enjoy it more if you don't. I mean, obviously, when you buy the game, you're allowed to do whatever you want with it. And there's some people that they want to time travel because they want to get to a certain point of the game and then go with it. And I get it, because there's going to be people that unlock everything as quickly as possible, and they're still going to play 1,000 hours. It's not going to ruin their enjoyment of the game. But if this is your first time playing, my recommendation would be to just take it day by day. And if at some point in the future time travel is something that you want to do, then you can. So there's a little milk bomb there. 3 subs from Vegetable Sorbet. Thank you, Vegetable. Went to Chewymon2525, Austin the Owl King, and General Mongoose. Good name. Appreciate that.
Cold.
Huh?
My toes are cold. Gotta fix that.
Sorry. Let's see. 8-month resub from IC Pattern. Steven, how are you enjoying Bioshock DLC? It was great. I say was great because I have played through it. It's wild. It's really wild. And I don't want to spoil anything, but if you watched and enjoyed Bioshock Infinite, don't miss out on the DLC. Don't. Because it adds to the story. And if you like Bioshock 1, you should probably watch Bioshock Infinite. Because everything gets connected. Everything gets connected, so it's definitely worth checking out. 200 bits from Soku Sam. Sam, thank you. 500 bits from Murmur. On a positive note, if anyone here is a first responder like myself, Starbucks is giving us free coffee.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. It's really cool for Starbucks. I actually watched a thing yesterday that said Starbucks was doing... they were doing an interview with the CEO, and the CEO said that there would be paid time off for the whole month guaranteed for, I guess, for April. So even when people are, closing the stores, are going to continue to be paying the employees.
Tim Hortons is doing that here, D-Scoot says.
So good on Starbucks for that, and good on Starbucks for this as well.
Isel says, do you plan on playing Black Mesa? I've been waiting for years.
It's on my list. It's on my list. It's a matter of timing and some other things. Right now, I'm really coasting on the stuff that we have done. Mm-hmm. And obviously, every once in a while we have to do some Smash in order to make sure that that's there. But getting Bioshock done, getting Smash pretty far ahead. I'm trying to keep everything pushed really far ahead because I'm really trying to focus on old stuff. And I hope people understand that. I I hope I have more to announce soon, basically. Trying not to talk about it until it's ready. But I hope that that's coming sooner than people think. I got a 9-month resub from Goldmage, who says, listen to the first half of breakfast stream while making French toast.
Oh, French toast.
Now I can eat and watch. This week hasn't been great, but today will be better getting groceries for friends whose families have COVID. That's very, very sweet. And again, if people have a way that they can help, then that is a great way to help. So good on you for that. That's really fantastic. Also, I see people in the chat saying Eco. Eco is not coming.
Satsy says, that reminds me, I need to make steam buns. I need to get a bamboo steamer and make the...
Is Thomas still playing Eco?
He was the other day.
He started streaming it.
He was playing Earthbound yesterday.
He started streaming it, and then I was just telling people, I'm like, go watch Thomas play Eco.
Chess says he finished it.
Oh yeah, Eco's real short. And it's not like I've completely canceled the idea of doing Eco. It's just, in the grand scheme of things, looking at all the projects that I want to do, I'm like, yeah, that's slightly low on the list. right at this moment in time. Also, 300 bits from Gomage just says, watched Mal's new painting while bujoing for today.
Bullet journaling.
I see. I was wondering what that was. It was sweet and beautiful. Finally, I had my Twitch baby on Tuesday. That's why I missed the stream. So that parenthesis is great. Couldn't be at the stream. I was having the Twitch baby. So now what happens? New baby gestation or just 10 months mean 1 month newborn? So I mean, I guess you could announce 1 month newborn, although I will just perpetually be confused. Now we just wait until you hit 18, and then that's your second child. After a long enough time, people be like, my child is, 3 years old, and then it'll just be really strange. 300 bits from Jam, who says, saving this for a lighter note to finish. I saw Dan was streaming Half-Life Alyx. Excuse me, everyone should check his streams out always. I'm hoping for a non-VR control fan patch so Steven's able to play the game. It looks really good. Trace BN. So Dan has been adoring Half-Life Alyx. We actually, on Tuesday night, we did something interesting. On Tuesday night, we did almost like an impromptu game night. It was supposed to be a movie night.
Yeah, but then once we all got on Discord, we were like, let's just talk.
Everyone just wanted to talk.
Yeah.
So we got everyone together and talked a little bit on Tuesday night just to have some social time. And Dan had been playing Half-Life Alyx, and Dan was so excited. Like, Dan was high energy when he got into the call, and he was like talking about how much he just adored Half-Life Alyx. And then Jeff has been playing Half-Life Alyx. And Jeff was also talking about like how incredible Half-Life Alyx is. So I'm excited about it. Dan has already told me, Dan actually offered to let me borrow everything so I could stream Half-Life Alyx. And I was like, Dan, let's not worry about that right now. You do it. It's your thing. It's his. Oh,
you're melting.
His Vive. And I was like, you stream it, you play it, and at some point in the future, when all this settles down, maybe I'll borrow it so I can actually play it. So, yeah, we'll see at some point in the future that we may actually try and stream it. So I've been watching Dan a little bit because like I'm genuinely interested in seeing some gameplay and seeing Dan's reactions. But I'm also like I do think at some point I'm going to experience this for myself. So I'm trying not to like spoil too much. But it's nice to know that it's, it's pushing the format forward. Everyone has been waiting for, like, a killer VR game to come out, and Valve apparently has done it. Because it's wild. I watched Dan just hold a brick for, like, 10 minutes. He was like, dude, this brick! And it's like putting it places and just carrying it with him, because you just pick up any object and just use it. And like that's what I had tuned in for. I was like, Dan likes that brick. All right. We get a sub from Genesis J. Thank you, Jay. 900 bits from Dane1647 says, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's not your birthday. Cars go choo-choo. That's one of the verses that they cut from They Might Be Giants' It's Not My Birthday song.
The tune is different, though.
It's not my birthday, it's not today, it's not my birthday, and cars, they always go choo-choo. It's a good song. Highly recommended. Thank you, Dane. 300 bits from Jam says, there's definitely a part of me which wants to send you guys a 40-pack of toilet paper for Christmas when things are hopefully better, and we can all look back and laugh at the global in-joke of having that much paper. I mean, it's gotta stop soon, right? It's gotta stop soon. I keep telling myself that. But, you know, we're probably doing, I guess, weekly grocery runs at this point.
You're fine.
And we're gonna keep looking. And trust me, when I finally find toilet paper, we don't need any either. Like, we're okay. But when I finally find it, it's gonna be included in the vlog. And there will have never been a moment in the vlog's history, or my life, where I have been so excited to have seen toilet paper and put it on the vlog. It's like, holy crap, toilet paper's real. Fossick says, in before toilet paper song. Don't tempt me. I already have other things to do. I shouldn't be thinking about toilet paper songs. We get a sub from Dave Streams Games. I like that username. In some ways, it feels familiar. 300 bits from What Is Even This Game? Yeah, I'm one of those people that eat out most meals. I'm on campus for the entire day and don't have the time to make the trek home to cook and come back. What essentially takes me around 1.5 hours to come home and go back if I need to. Now I've been cooking every meal, which has actually been really nice. Only thing is I don't have a car and don't want to bother anyone, so I've been walking to my Walmart and walking back with the groceries every week. I mean, on the one hand, that's unfortunate, but then also I guess that is forced, admittedly, but still exercise, so that's not awful. And yeah, there's going to be some people, my earlier statement is not a blanket statement to the entire population. There's going to be some people that for one reason or another, they possibly cannot cook because of time restraints. The people I was referring to, like, time restraints is not part of it. It's just inability or uninterest in cooking. But, some folks, based on the schedule, just can't. But it's nice that you're able to cook now. And there's something that's, and maybe not everyone relates to this, but for me, there's something very calming and nice about cooking at home. You know what I mean? Like, when we cook together at night, it's I don't know. It restores some sense of normalcy. It's just a time to kind of relax. And I actually, I really like it. The problem is, with how things have been going lately, sometimes we haven't been cooking or thinking about dinner ahead of time. So, like, last night, we had a super weird dinner where we ate, like,
a sandwich and cereal?
A sandwich and cereal. Where are you, my toilet paper? Where are you, my toilet paper? Where, oh, where have you gone? I remember in the old days, they'd throw it out onto the lawn. It would be stuck up in the trees, oh so high. Now if you want toilet paper, you'll have to sell your life. I was trying to think about where that would go, and it didn't go exactly where I wanted it to. But I tried. Jam says, that got dark. Brandon said, okay. Yeah, didn't end exactly how I wanted it to, but I was trying to think of a way that I could find a way to get toilet paper that would rhyme, and I was like, and I guess we'll die. I guess we'll die. Sorry, folks. That was 5,000 bits from Mr. Gameboy 18, who says, song title, Where Are You, My Toilet Paper? And the thing about, what is it called when you, is it just called TPing a house?
Yeah.
So, like, I thought about that the other day and how...
I saw, like, a little meme with it. That was a picture of it, and it was like...
I probably saw something like that.
Just listed my house on Zillow for $1 million.
Yeah. I bet I saw something like that, and it just stuck in my subconscious. You know, how toilet paper is now one of the world's, like, most valuable assets. And that anyone that would TP a house today. Like, if this was happening during Halloween, like, you'd never have to worry about your house getting TP'd because no one would do that. Yeah. Oh, how many people look back and realize the mistakes they made. The new drug dealers are toilet paper dealers. Yeah. But more and more stores, from what I've understood, are putting in restrictions in place. And, like, are there ways to circumvent those restrictions, taking multiple family members in, going through checkout multiple times? I mean, sure, I guess. If people want to try and circumvent something, they will always find a way. But if there's restrictions in place, I think it will give people pause. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. Someone that may have picked up 3 packs, you know, if there's a restriction, they'll say, okay, and they may not go through the effort, especially if there's a lot of people. So, yeah, as James says, you got to make it slightly harder. You know, putting those restrictions are good because there are some people, God bless them, that'll go into a store and they'll literally buy the entire stock. And it's nice when stores are stepping up and being like, don't do that. I just feel bad for the stores that have that in place, and the cashiers are the ones that have to enforce that, and then they have to get yelled at. It's
a lot of places
no
are
fault of their own.
Like roping off that aisle and like just handing one out to.
I mean, and that sucks because then you have to assign an employee to do something that otherwise would literally be normal civilization crap, normal society crap that people could just get their own toilet paper. But no, now we have to have someone hand it off. It's a wild time to be alive. Anyway, Mr. Gameboy, I appreciate the support. And then there are also 500 bits. It says, from Mr. Gameboy, it says, it does bother me in the DLC. The powers are called Vigors and use Eve and not plasmids. It bothers me slightly. I thought about that, although I sometimes refer to them interchangeably because of the setting. So, yeah. God, it's so good. It's so good. And it's good. I'm still trying not to talk too much about it because I know Mal will eventually get to play it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. 300 bits from Kareth Dreams. Today's breakfast stream eats fried egg, grilled cheese sandwich, and grits. That sounds good.
I don't like grits, but otherwise it sounds really
good.
You
don't like grits?
No. I've had them twice, and I didn't like them either time. My first year teaching down here, when the other teachers found out I'd never had grits at, like, a potluck we had, they, like, gathered around me and watched me eat the grits. And they were like, because, you know, everyone brought a dish, and the custodian was really well known for his grits. Mm-hmm. And they were like, you have to try Mr. So-and-so's grits. And I was like,
I mean...
And I had them and did not like them. And I made Snickers salad, and that's what I brought.
Oh, God. Can't do that. Give me a healthy serving of grits over Snickers salad. Yikes.
But Snickers salad is so good.
In your defense, it is really terrible when...
Like Spiffla says.
Yes, that's exactly it. Spiffla said that's a great way to make someone like a new food, staring at them in a group. And, like, I understand the perspective of them, because if it's a regional thing, mm-hmm. and you're not from the region, people are like, will they like our regional thing? And then you feel obligated to say something positive because you've got all these people from this area that you're going to offend.
Look at all of chat who doesn't know what Snickers salad is, because it's, like, Midwest.
Ugh,
See, it's the same thing.
It's...
Snickers salad is half vanilla pudding, half Cool Whip, and then you add in Snickers, like chopped up Snickers. I use Kit Kats, and then green apples.
Bless my wife.
It's a dessert.
My wife made this in our first year of marriage, and I could not eat it. I was like, Mallory...
I made it with Kit Kats, so I could eat it.
I cannot eat this. Me and Cool Whip get along...
Chaz, we don't do that insanity here. Don't blame the whole Midwest on your Wisconsin craziness.
It's just a thing that exists that I'm like, But you never made it again.
I would.
But you know I won't eat it.
Yeah. The other thing I grew up eating is strawberry shortcake dessert. that my mom made all the time in the summer, and I would just live off of it. And it was like the frozen strawberries, and sometimes she'd get fresh strawberries, and it was Cool Whip and angel food and strawberry jello. And you kind of like chop everything up and then kind of like make the jello and then mix it all together, so it would kind of like congeal.
As a general rule, if any food contains congeal as part of its recipe description,
because there's jello in it.
I'm off. I'm no longer on board. I'm really not. Like the minute that part of it's like, let it congeal, I'm like, and shred the recipe and burn down the home. Don't want to congeal anything. Just less congealing. Okay? There's a lot of things happening in 2020. A lot of things that are not in our control. Something that is in our control. Less congealing. Let's congeal less this year. All of the previous congealing we've been doing, let's reconsider. Maybe we should be doing less. I vote less congealing.
We just watched a video on, like, the history of jello and how, like, in the 50s it was such a big thing, like the 40s and 50s. So they would make, like, jello with ham in it. And Stephen didn't, he was like, who would even?
I was mad. I was mad. I was just... I've never been so close to vomiting watching a YouTube video. Because once you've seen ham suspended...
Hot dog suspended in jello.
That's worse. That's, God... like wiggling.
Well, it was gelatin. It wasn't like a sweet jello. Because, like, nowadays we think of jello as, like, strawberry jello. This is like a flavorless jello. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have heard of this. It was a big thing in the middle of the century.
Yeah,
because,
1950s.
like, refrigeration just kind of came into play, and jello, it was a new product.
Yeah,
gelatin
like,
was not new, but
the video itself was actually really good because it talked about like the history and why.
Yeah,
and that gelatin was like very inexpensive, and during a time when people needed that, that was what they bought. Mm-hmm. But then, as the economy increased, Jello then became associated with
kids and sugar.
Well, yeah, with low income,
yeah.
because it was something that was used during, an era where no one had any money. So then no one wanted to buy Jello because it was associated with, like, well, if you're eating Jello, then you're poor. So it became a product for kids. So then they talked about, like, Jello basically trying very hard over the past 70 years or whatever, 50 years, to, like, come back and try and expand outside of just the kids genre, and how they actually had a great deal of success with when they brought on Cosby.
Yeah.
And how that backfired pretty bad. I guess they couldn't have seen that coming. 7 months from JRub910, who says, "Yay, love you guys." Thank you, JRub.
Paul says, "My parents lived in Alaska before I was born and have a cookbook from there with a recipe for jellied moose nose."
God. Like, I would be a hard sell with moose nose. That would be a hard sell. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a no-sell if you put it in gelatin. It's just not gonna happen. The odds of me trying moose nose are already real slim. Real slim. And I'm probably gonna need a variety of condiments of my choosing on the table. But the minute you suspend that in a gelatinous glob, I'm out. Less congealing in 2020. Less congealing. God. 500 bits Mr. Game Boy says, "Bologna is just hot dog pancakes. Changed my mind." Sorry. I've literally never thought about that. You mentioned hot dogs and Jello, and I thought of this. I'm not even going to try to change your mind. I've never considered that, and you're absolutely right. Slay Boss, slow clap. Everyone. He's not wrong. I haven't had bologna in years.
I don't know if I've ever had it. I don't know if I've ever had Spam either.
Bologna is another one of those meats that I think often gets associated with children. Because of the song. My something has a first name. It's
That's Oscar Mayer. Or my bologna has a first name. It's
Oscar. My bologna's name is Oscar. I love it. I love him like a brother. I've named him. Anyway, part of me wants bologna now. Like, I haven't had it in forever. It's good with mustard. You gotta put some
I'd
yellow
rather
mustard
have
on it.
like
And it's actually
pastrami.
quite okay. Well, yeah, me too. You know what would be worse than being punched in the face? Eating a cake.
Right now, I just really want takoyaki. So bad.
That's really upsetting because your villager that just moved in is takoyaki.
That's why I want some. He reminds me of it every time I see him. Walking around with the sauce on his head and a toothpick in the back of his head.
See, that would make me not want that. That would make me not be okay with. If one of my villagers was just a walking cheeseburger, there would be a part of me be like, I'm good. Because next time I go to Five Guys, I'm just gonna see Betsy, and Betsy be like, "Hello, Steven." I'll be like, "I'm good. No thanks."
Kalium says, "You mean your villager?" Yeah, Zucker is one of my villagers right now, and he's a takoyaki.
And apparently he's delicious. Chaz says, "I mean, Mayor McCheese exists." Mayor McCheese for Animal Crossing DLC. 300 bits from Nixelpad. Sorry for yelling. Spam is literally so good, it is from my childhood. Spam is something I actually have never had. I've had bologna, but I've never had Spam.
I don't think I've had Spam.
That would be a fun experiment sometime. You don't just eat it out of the can, you do something with it.
But I don't like Spam.
Yeah. You have never had Spam, so you don't know.
Shout out to the people who watched a lot of Monty Python.
Anyway, this might be one of the longest breakfast streams we've ever done.
Yeah.
But I think they're starting to go a little bit longer because it feels good to just chat. So, Brandon says, "Yup." Sorry, Brandon.
Sorry, Brandon.
So we gonna end, and then as a reminder, the Nintendo Direct exists. If I can, I'll talk Mao into watching it.
You have
with
fun.
Me.
Just tell me about it.
I might.
I'm gonna play Animal Crossing and take a nap.
I might get her to watch it with me. We'll see. But yeah.
Coffee.
Let's see. 324 bits from Shive says, "Inexpensive equals poor man's food. A person of high society must enjoy $1,000 moldy cheese. The history of society and food is bizarre if you think about it."
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also interesting that things that certain societies regard highly are not regarded highly in other places.
Yeah.
So it's literally like a cultural thing.
And like thinking about things that are expensive like lobster, like they're basically like cockroaches that live on the seafloor.
I've never been a huge fan of, like, lobster is fine, but I've never been one to see the wide appeal of lobster. I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
You know, chicken is a meat that's like very much widely available, and I would absolutely prefer to eat that than lobster. Anyway, all right. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. As a reminder, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Is it 8 p.m. that we do it? My brain shut off. 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we doing a game stream. I don't know what we're playing yet.
And Saturday is a really great episode of Steven and Friends.
Yes. Yeah.
And my painting is out.
In fact.
Yeah, there's 2 coming out.
And Mal's painting's out. And I think we're all cut up there. 300 bits from TachiGamer96 who says, "Lobsters are scorpion mermaids. Change my mind." Y'all debate that. All right, thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow night.
For a game, and
at 8.
Tuesday for more breakfast stream.
Yes. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you then.